What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 152 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad, and joining me, as always, is J-Mac Gaming.
I'm back. I have another beer in my hand. I've thankfully gotten through the fucking WCW Nitro episodes, and I'm ready to book some Raw is War.
Yeah, get ready to grab a pillow and a blanket, guys, and take a nap.
Yeah, that's right. Because we're back. We're here with a go-home show, and there's a lot going on. You know, I don't like booking a lot of segments on my shows. All right, I like it short and sweet, to the point. I got 15 tonight. All right.
You were the guy who had literally everyone celebrate and a pay-per-view. And it's customary in WWF that everyone celebrates after they win a match.
That is the rules, and we will continue it next episode on the No Way Out. But here we go. We run to the show. Don't look. All right. We move on to the first match of the night in a match on the pre-show with two tag teams that I forgot existed, but I thought you guys needed to remember who they were. We have
Mosh and Mosh 2.
We have Mosh and Mosh number 2 against Primo and Carlito of the Shining Stars.
Carlito and Epico.
No, Primo and Carlito are the Shining Stars.
Yep,
Epico's the third string.
Jesus.
Primo defeated Mosh number 2 with the big boot.
You know, it sucks because we have that. I just thought of this. We have that rule where, like, if you sign somebody to another company, you have to change their name. So, like, if I do end up ever owning Carlito and Primo in my life, I have to call them something completely different.
Well, good thing these are, like, not even Carlito Primo.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But, like, they have those names, so
yeah,
I still
have the gimmick.
You have the gimmick, so I'll have to call him Carly Cologne and whatever the fuck Primo's real name is. Eddie Cologne. Yeah.
Oh, so when like Kenny Omega starts popping up, I'm gonna name fucking. I'm gonna name James Storm Kenny Omega.
I'll name Kenny Omega James Storm then.
Oh, I signed Hernandez? You mean CM Punk?
Oh, I just signed Phineas O'Godwin. Of course, I mean John Cena.
Oh my god! All right, that doesn't count. I think just stealing from a All right, we'll figure out when the time comes. All right, we'll move on to your fucking pre-show match, bro.
This is not a tag match. It was a singles match. DLo Brown versus Bradshaw. I just like DLo, and I wanted to give him a match, and I thought, oh, Bradshaw's a good worker, but they have a shitty chemistry. And in typical J-Mac and Chat fashion, we said, fuck them. And we booked it anyway. I feel like if we ever get to the point to where we can start selling merch, like, we'll definitely have a t-shirt that says fuck them on it.
Fuck them. Fuck Cody Rhodes. FCR.
So, but yeah, DLo Brown does
get the win.
He does get the win, yes. So,
all right, let's move on to
now get ready for this
opening match. So I did book a fucking promo to start this off because I do that every time, and it's the go home. I wanted to change it up. So I booked the Funk Boys against Gama, the Cruiserweight Champion Mistico, and Norman Smiley, the Light Heavyweight Champion, sorry. So at No Way Out, it will be Mistico against Too Cold Scorpio. So I booked these 6 men to go at it, and in a bout that of decent wrestling, it was a little bit of spot fest, you know, the light heavyweight, 205 live, basically. Mistico pins Too Cold Scorpio with a 6-9. What the fuck? Oh, the phone. Oh man, I'm gonna get fucking Sylvester Stallone on the fucking call.
Hey, this is Sylvester Stallone. That's actually our finisher move. So don't be surprised when Rey Mysterio starts hitting people with pedigrees. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, Mr. Stallone, you watched the product? All right.
I like to know what not to do.
We move on to after the match, the Funk Boys, which includes who was not in the match, Scotty Too Funky. They beat down the Cruiserweight Champion, or the Light Heavyweight Champion, Mistico. In a game of Norman Smiley, they just, they just walked back to the locker room. You know, Mistico really hasn't bonded with anyone here at the WWF after coming up from TNA, the developmental. He's really just a one-man gang over here. I hope you get that reference.
I do.
All right. We move on to the first match of the night. Just to prove Chad wrong, in a 76 and a decent match, Shawn Michaels beats Recon in 820. Chad said these two couldn't work together. But Shawn Michaels can drag literally a sack of potatoes a fucking pylon to a 4.5 star.
A fucking pylon.
But after the match, Shawn Michaels celebrating in the ring, and the lights go out. And last week, when the lights went out, Vampiro and Gangrel, the Brood poured blood on Shawn Michaels. The light goes out. The same woman in section 213, she screams again. The lights come back on. No one's there. Shawn Michaels is gone.
I just picture this woman like following Raw after Raw, being like, if someone dumps blood on Shawn Michaels, they gotta have me around.
She's not even a front row girl. She's nosebleeds.
The nosebleeds.
Light goes out. Light comes back on. No one's in the ring. Nothing. No blood. No Shawn Michaels. No one's in the ring. The Brood just kidnapped Shawn Michaels 6 days before the pay-per-view.
Man, what's Kurt Angle gonna do?
What is Kurt Angle gonna do? We move on to the next match. In an extremely short squash fucking match, Edge defeats Sean Morley with a missile dropkick. The deadly missile dropkick. Just really wanted to give Edge a squash over someone who really doesn't matter here in
Jesus
WWF.
Christ, what a fucking burial of Sean Morley. He deserves better.
But then Edge gets the mic after the match, and, Christian comes out. He's hot. He wants a piece of Edge. Not in a sexual way. And Edge is like, Christian, what did I tell you last week? You would get your answer soon. And what else did I tell you? He turned Italian for a second. Fuck.
And what else did I tell you? Sylvester Stallone calls up. Yes, hello. I'm Italian, so.
He said, I told you to kiss your family members for me. And the Christian's looking like, what the fuck does that mean? Edge, he even swears. He says fuck. Edge points. He turns around. He's looking at the video screen. He doesn't turn around, but Christian turns around. He looks at the video screen, and there's 16 EMTs in the locker room surrounding Lexi Fife, who we signed a year ago from BCW, a Canadian company who came in with Christian. They're technically, or in this game,
we literally just signed her to make Christian happy.
They're technically dating in the game, and there's 16 EMTs surrounding a busted open, bleeding out, unconscious Lexi Fife. And when Christian turns around, he doesn't know. He's in shock. He doesn't know whether to go after Edge, who's smiling cynically in the ring, or to run back and go help his almost dead New Jack beaten up wife. And he runs backstage, and he goes to tend on his girlfriend, and Edge just laughs. He just laughs, and he gets on the mic. He said, I told Christian. I told him. And we fade to commercial. So Edge just kills poor old Lexi Fife.
And on this day, I see clearly.
You think you know him? Oh, sick. And a bot that had subpar wrestling in Little Heat. Midnight Cannonball Mark Henry. Takes on Al Snow. And they had good in-ring chemistry. It showed. And they had a 61. I think Mark Henry's best match yet.
Yeah, good for Mark Henry.
And he takes out Al Snow with a death from above. So that's good for good for Mark Henry. Getting a win here in the go home show.
Really earning that 10-year contract.
Really earning. I don't know if he does have a 10-year in this game, doesn't he? You're never getting Mark Henry from me.
That's okay.
We move on to the next segment. We're Owen Hart to the camera. It's like a Darby Allin AEW promo.
He's on a skateboard?
He's getting ran over by a car and doing flips off backboards of a basketball hoop. Owen Hart, he's got it's black and white, and he's just flashbacks and editing in and out the flashbacks of last week's attack from Kane. And he just says, Kane, no way out. Me versus you. That's it. That's all he said.
Oh, great.
A man of little words.
What a great promo from Owen Hart.
But Owen Hart came across well. So that's all that matters. Wow. And then we go into another angle where Paul Wight finds Paul Bearer in a cage. Doesn't know what this means. Paul Wight finds his manager in a fucking cage, bro.
He just says, Paul!
It's the Paul Bros, Jake and Logan Paul.
Oh no, that's the new gimmick.
Finds him in a cage. Does that represent what Paul White's...
And he tells him to smash that like button.
Is that a representation of what's going to happen 6 days from now? You can't find there's no way out for Paul Bearer? Will there be way out for Paul White?
I hope that's what that means, because that's clever if it is.
We go on to the co-main event tonight. The tag team champions of the New Age Outlaws, the Corp. They take on Blackman and Mero. We had a decent match last week. They team back up, and they take on the New Age Outlaws, and they lose in 10:04 when Billy Gunn hits the pile driver on to Mark Mero. A decent little match. The fucking New Age Outlaws, they're sick, bro. They're good. And maybe if I had Vader and Ken Shamrock still, but I don't. We move on to the next segment. Well, after the match, Vince McMahon and the Corp of Shamrock, Billy Gunn, and whatever his name, Billy Road Dogg, come out. They come out and they taunt Shane McMahon. They're like, "Oh, he's still at home. I know I'm his dad. I laughed at him. I hit him in the head when he was sleeping last night. Pussy bitch."
He's talking about his picture. His picture, for some reason, he'd be like, "Shane, go to bed," and then like Shane like going up the stairs to like his childhood room, and then while he's sleeping, Vince just walks up and just bashes him in the head.
But he's like, he's still at home. He's still in bed. That pussy. But out comes
that little bitch.
But on the here comes the money hits. Here comes the money. Oh, and it comes out. He's limping. You know, he's obviously in pain. And, you know, he says, last week, you know, Ken Shamrock took out my hired gun, you know, but that was just a decoy, you know. Tank Abbott is a nobody here in WWF.
Jesus Christ.
And in the UFC.
The fucking burial of Tank Abbott.
I want you guys to meet my real hired gun. And you already can see on the screen who it is. But, you know, and no one's coming out. And then Ken Shamrock gets a tap on the back of his shoulder. And Dan Severn gives him a fucking right hook. Takes out Ken Shamrock. Billy Gunn and Road Dogg get a right hook for themselves. And it's just Dan Severn and Vince McMahon in the middle of the ring. And they all get out because Billy Gunn and Road Dogg, they roll them out of the ring before Dan Severn can get his hands on Vince McMahon. But it's Shane McMahon finds and hires Dan fucking Severn.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty fucking hyped for Severn versus Ken Shamrock.
So at the pay-per-view, it will be Shamrock Severn and No Way Out.
Can it be in a steel cage?
No. Not enough booking time to make that happen. We move on to the main event of the night. But first, Big Boss Man, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Biff, Triple B's. They sit backstage and they're realizing, what the fuck's going on? We come here from the lesser company and we get beat up by one guy over and over again, saying we suck. And Bam Bam's like, bam, bam. And Big Boss Man's like, shut the fuck up, bro. You know, we should gang together. We should start like a workers union. And we should call ourselves the WC. Oh, and Biff's like, no, we can't say that. That's trademark. We should call ourselves the Dub C Dub Collective. A collective of all the unwanted talent from Ted Turner and Eric Bischoff and Larry Sabisco and Sylvester Stallone and all the gems they've had over the years. We should take over. We just need one more guy. We need that one big star. And then Biff's like, well, we'll figure that out later. I have the match to go out to. And Biff's music hits. It goes, Biff! Oh, yeah, it's Biff. Biff Bagwell, yeah. And then we move on to the main event, where it is The Rock versus Biff. And Biff off his game because he just got bullied backstage. But, yeah, you know, The Rock takes out Biff with submission. That is our main event, but that's not the. We move on to the next segment. Where Stone Cold takes out The Rock, hits him with a stunner, gets in his face, gets a beer, and grabs the microphone and says, "Last week, I'm not gonna do voices. I can't do them. Sorry. I'm getting called, for fuck's sake."
Those are the fans calling and demanding voices.
Oh, that's Goofy calling me.
Hey, Goofy, how you doing?
Stone Cold's like, last week, a video played that said next week he returns. So where the fuck is he? It's been all goddamn show. What? And where is he? What? And the music hits. But I don't know his music all the top of my head because I haven't heard it in a little bit.
Time to play the game.
Time to play the
Not
game.
done.
And Triple H is back. Months ago, right before the Royal Rumble, Triple H, so it really wasn't months ago. I think it was December he got hurt. Triple H gets hurt right before he's supposed to defend the belt, so he had to drop the belt. Stone Cold's champion. Triple H is coming out. He grabs the mic away. I dropped the belt because of injury. And at No Way Out in 6 days, I take that fucking belt back. And drops the mic and leaves. And he doesn't even leave. He hits Stone Cold with a pedigree. Hits Stone Cold with a pedigree. Triple H, Stone Cold, main event, just booked 6 days before the pay-per-view. Doesn't matter. Triple H is back from injury. That's why it took so long to book the main event. And that's it. We book it in 87. Not as good as I wanted it to, but I think the 200s at the end instead of the beginning saved. But yeah, that was the go home. If you want me to run down the card right now, we can.
Go ahead.
All right, so we have for the light heavyweight championship, we have Mistico versus Too Cold Scorpio. We have the American Heartbreakers ? Versus the Brood. Will it be a handicap match? What will happen to Shawn Michaels? I don't really fucking know at this point. We have Shamrock, Severn. 2 MMA guys going at it, 1-on-1. We have a cage match. The Undertaker versus Paul Wight. For the European Championship, it's JEFFJARRETT Jeff Jarrett versus Farouk. For the Intercontinental belt, it's the co-main event, Kane versus Owen Hart. And for your fucking main event, Triple H Stone Cold, I think was supposed to be the main event of the Rumble or the December pay-per-view, is back on. Yeah, I think it was December because I think Stasiak stepped in. RIP Sean Stasiak. That is No Way Out right there, buddy.
Is the Rock and Sock Connection teaming up to take on Biff and Bam Bam?
The Rock will be sitting at home. Maybe he's not sitting at home, but sitting backstage watching to see who he will be even fucking taking on at WrestleMania. Remember, The Rock won the Royal Rumble. It will be The Rock versus someone in the main event. Who will it be? Will it be Triple H or will it be Stone Cold Steve Austin? You'll have to find out. Episode 155. But until then, this has been episode 152. I've been J-Mac Gaming. That's been Chad, the AEW Mark Pringle. Chad, any other words you gotta say?
Fuck Cody Rhodes.